You're listening to the Self-Disruption Show on iHeartRadio with Audrey Lawrence. Hacking business, science, and psychology to smash your goals.
This is Audrey Lawrence, and you're listening to the Self-Disruption Show on iHeartRadio and WWPR in Tampa Bay, where we find science, psychology, and neuroscience to get us closer to our goals. Well, I have a guest for you today. I've promised I'm going to deliver. Now, she calls herself a digital creator. I call her a superhero of good, uplifting a message with thought-provoking ideas that motivate and inspire. From positive affirmations to the just pick me up when you need it. Her name is Kristen Butler. Before I introduce you, I would love to tell you that her app and her website and her Instagram go-to point, which is where I start my day, is called The Power of Positivity. If you're sitting down, you'll need to. We're talking 50 million followers. This woman is leading the way when it comes to positive affirmations. I'd like to introduce you to Kristen Butler. Kristen, thank you for being here.
Hi, Audrey. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited.
I have to say, you must have such energy because, my goodness, every time I turn around, just when I need that little piece of information to help me charge forward, there it is. These beautiful words, affirmations, motivational messages, these things that help me sort of redefine what's important in life. Suddenly, from you, daily, sometimes multiple times a day, you're giving me the fruit for my soul that fills my cup. How do you come up with all of these creative ideas to help people enjoy life at a deeper level? Gosh, I'm so impressed by the creativity.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You know, I feel like we just all need daily reminders. We're human, and sometimes our minds get off track or something happens that we didn't expect. Throughout the day, we need just that little bit of pick-me-up, and over time, it can make such a difference. And originally, it was helping me, and it made such a difference for me over time that I'm like, I need to help people. These are small steps, but the small steps are what get you to the grander scheme of things and help you to look deeper within and have a more positive mindset. So really, I'm just kind of like helping myself, you know, and in turn, like coaching myself and then giving that to others to help them, because we're all just human. We're all just doing the best we can, you know? So, and not being selfish in a way, but I do just love helping people, and I see it as very small things, but it does make a difference in the day. So
Small things that make a huge difference. When did you know that this was going to take off, that it went beyond a message for yourself and a message for your own journey, and that people wanted to hear? When did you know that you had become viral, a phenomenon, and that your message was not just right for you, but it was right for a world that was hungry for a positive message?
That's a great question, Audrey. Originally we started 12 years ago on Facebook. So on Facebook now we have 32 million, I think. And really, I just started with putting affirmations out there.
Just the idea that you're willing to give of yourself, Kristen, to share a vision that you think would be beneficial for you. And now you feel it taking off. And you said 12 years on Facebook and 32 million on Facebook. Oh my gosh. Do you feel like the next step for you is to go and put these into a book? I know that people have talked about taking affirmations and putting them like on paper. How are you going to keep up with this very, very full journey? Because I have to say, my goodness, it's such a beautiful gift you're giving us. And ultimately, to coming up with being the well is, I wouldn't say a burden, but a reviving challenge. Do you find that being the well is becoming easier and easier, or is it harder and harder with a growing audience?
I love helping people, and I know that little things make a difference in someone's day. And the world is, unfortunately, the world is hurting right now, and if we don't stay positive, what's going to happen? We can't be ignorant, but we also can't just give in to the negativity and give in to the problems and the pain. We all have to be a light. So I try to give these positive messages daily so that everybody can be a light within their own community, within their own families. And yes, many people have asked, where's the book? And I always just thought, well, I'm giving the quotes away for free and the content on our website every day, but people want the physical copy, right? So that's where the journal is coming in. And there's also books that I'm working on as well that I haven't really launched yet, but I'm still writing them because I realize people want that physical inspiration and love what Power Positivity is doing. So yes, a book is coming and there's more to come even from that. I feel like we're only just beginning because we all have our journey to more positive thinking and a better positive lifestyle.
What has been some of the words that you've heard? And I know that there's such positive feedback. I'm such a follower. For my listeners, I have to say, this is one of my go-to filling my cup sources. This is where, if on a good day, and especially on a bad day, this is where I go. I take a moment, I read a quote, I see something that's heartwarming. I see something that is beyond the topical. There's something about the content you give us, Kristen, that heals, that teaches, that grows, that plants a seed in my heart that manifests into something that can nurture and nest the new version of me. And I know that's a little bit wordy, but in the moment, it's exactly what I need. When the world is pulling at us in all these negative directions, your content brings real growth within. What are some of the words that you've heard from people who follow you or people's lives that you've touched? And how does that feel to touch lives the way that you do?
I like to stay humble and I don't really, brag about, but we do get messages on a daily basis, Facebook, Instagram, and even I have a text list where I get messages hundreds a day with people that say, like, I need this. Like, please never stop sending me these messages or posting these quotes because it really helps my day. And I just feel like that's my mission. Like, that is enough to me that I know that I'm helping people just pick up or change their thinking in that moment to something better, because that is going to change the world. If we can all just live a little more positive, peace on earth can become reality if we all see things more positive and we all speak more positive and we all feel more positive. But we've had some really amazing messages from people that they have really changed their life, like finding that job that they thought, they were hopeless. They didn't think that they would find another job, and they found that job and they love what they're doing. Or they were having health problems and they've overcome them. Or they've had family issues, and because of certain quotes about forgiveness, they've forgiven and reconnected with that family member. I mean, I could go on and on about different scenarios, but in general, just the negativity in different areas of their life is just dissipating just by listening or reading quotes every day. It makes that big of an impact because then it changes their actions, and it's just all cyclical,
It reminds me of the Barack Obama quote, Kristen, and I'm just going to paraphrase, but one voice can change a room. And if a voice can change a room, it can change a state. And if it can change a state, it can change a nation. And your one voice has had epic ripple effects. You've been able to take a single quote or a word and see a groundswell of ripple effect that has turned into a tidal wave of positive energy. And that's why I go back to the opening of the show where I call you a superhero. Now, a modest, kind, down-to-earth, super sweet superhero. But nonetheless, when we turn on the news and look around, folks, turn on the news, it's shocking. When we look out the door, when we look at the world around us, the world has brought us to a place where we need to decide we're going to be on the team of the superhero, and we're going to take this positive message and we're going to, as you say, forgive, and we're going to learn, and we're going to create action, and we're going to move forward, or we're going to give into the world of this negative, what I call negative TV, negative energy. And I just can't think of a better way to have built-in positive affirmations. I don't even have to get a book or an app. I have it on my phone with you every single day. So if you don't want to wait for Kristen's book or get the app when it comes, and PS, there's something coming in October, I understand. You'll have to share with my listeners what's coming down the pipeline. But if you don't want to go that way, all you have to do is go and join a Facebook book group or an Instagram and follow some of the messages. Where can our listeners, Kristen, learn more about you and your products so that they can be part of the groundswell?
Instagram is where we are every day. I mean, that's one thing that's made us grow all these years. It's just we're consistent. We're always there. You're never going to not see us. But I am sharing more information with my followers on my text list. So I started this about a year ago. I send one daily message, just a little inspirational burst. It's like a paragraph or two, but I do it every single day via text message. Now, it's not the same message that you're going to see on Facebook. It's not the same message on Instagram. It's just something that I feel I want to share every day. But that list has grown now. We're over 20,000. But if you text, SHINE to 828-237-6082, you can subscribe for free to a daily text message from me where I share more inspiration. And then I also will talk about my journal launch and any books in the future. I will share with my text list first. So they will get
what a selfless gift you give to the world. And I know you hate to, I imagine you hate to think of yourself like that. But let me tell you, with most of us trying to drive a brand, sell a book, run a workshop, of course, on top of real life, you are giving us the exact dose of what we need to be able to stop, reflect in the moment, and be able to say, hey, you know what? I can make a change in this moment. And PS, folks, I love to drop a little bit of neuroscience in there, but I'll tell you, and we've talked about this with other guests, 4 seconds of new information allows you to reset your brain. When we take seriously one sentence and hold on to it and put it into play, into action through an affirmation process in our day, we're able to start creating new inroads to self-beliefs, opportunities. Affirmations turn into actions, and we start becoming the things that we're working so hard to do. One of my favorite questions is and this is the hardest question, so don't worry, everybody stumbles on this question, but I still like to ask it. If you were to deliver a single message, what is the one thing that we should know? Of all the messages, my gosh, I've never met anyone who's generated more positive messages than you. And it is such an honor to have you here. But if you were to distill everything down to one single message that you think is important, it doesn't have to be the ultimate message, but the one message that you want people to keep in their hearts or take in their day, Kristen, what do you think that one go-to would be?
I feel like the one thing would be, and this is not in a selfless way, this is a completely self-loving way, is to feel positive about yourself. Look at the areas in your life where you feel negative and work on improving those affirmations, because the more you love yourself and you feel good about yourself, the more you're going to feel good about other people. Most of the time when we're feeling negative, it's a reflection of something we're feeling about ourselves. We're not feeling comfortable. So we may be irritable or we may be angry at somebody, but it's not really about them. It's always about us. So if we see that mirror and see where we're showing up in the world and give ourselves more positive love and affirmations and attention, we can let that overflow to other people and be that radiant, shining light. Because if we don't do that, then we're irritable, then we're grumpy. We're not showing up authentically to other people, and they may take that as, something that we're not. So if anything, the positive journey is just about your own journey, loving yourself and caring for yourself so that you can show up in the world exactly as God made you to be, exactly as God wants you to be, So
amazing. I have to say that there is no more I can add to that. That is the most beautiful wrap up of this show. Kristen Butler, I am so grateful for you being here today. I hope you come back again and share your progressive journey with our audience and keep us updated on what's going on, all the exciting things you've got coming down the pipe.
Thank you. I mean, next time I'd love to share more about my journey and why I started, and maybe about journaling and some tools to help people feel more positive every day on their own. So I would be happy to come back. Thank you.
Well, you heard it here, folks. I am going to hold her to that. We are talking to Kristen Butler, the power of positivity. We're talking 50 million followers. A huge bow to you, my darling, for being here with us today. This is Audrey Lawrence, and I want to give a thank you to all of my listeners. Follow us on Instagram at @OneAudreyLawrence and iHeartRadio at WWPR in Tampa Bay. Have a great day.